Here together once again. Oh my lord. What a wacky morning. So we had to take the tea out, and she became a bit of a mud bath. She was able to go to the washroom. It's raining here. It's been raining all morning. It's supposed to rain all day. We jumped right in. It is not happy Uplifting Friday. Let's change the title together, okay? Stormy. No. Stormy Saturday. The music's working today. The music wasn't working yesterday. And it took a while to get going today. It's weird. But if all is going well, we are on multiple streams. Thank you for being here with us. We appreciate you, wherever you are, all over the world. Here's some of the comments from yesterday. Big love, sweet friend, might be able to hop on. And she did. It was a good show. It was sweet. I'm going to have to break that down. Make some snippets. I have right now rain pants on. It's going to be like a sweatshop in here, but I do have the window open, which is good. Now, let's see the lighting. Is this better? Oh, or is that better? Is that better? Yeah, that's way better, right? Look at that. Look at the difference. One light. Eh? No light. Some light. Let there be light. Right? Let there be light. Wherever you are all over the world, let there be light. Twitch, how are you? X, formerly Twitter, how are you? What is going on with X? Man, they're trying to get your money. Oh, Lord. $20 a month. Or 200 and something a year. I don't know. It's pretty crazy. And now they have where they hold your content. I don't know. Some of the changes are good. Some of the changes aren't. You know what's really weird? I was able to look at my videos in the content part. You know what it said beside it? Periscope. Periscope. What? So it's running off the frame of Periscope. Did I say Periscope or Periscope? Sounds like goat when I say it. So if you have Twitter and you do lives, go look. It says Periscope. So they must be using the old infrastructure, which cost probably millions of dollars to do. But it's clearer than Periscope was. So they must have done some tweaks. You also can't do a lot of the crazy shit you used to do on Periscope, because you can invite guests up, right? And it doesn't seem to have that same connectability yet. So they're definitely using the infrastructure they had before. It is Saturday. We're always highlighting books, okay? If you're a little religious or just seeking, I don't even know if you can read that. I'll read it too, though, okay? It's got lots of notes in here. Terry Eagleton, Reason, Faith, and Revolution, Reflections on God, Debate. Brisk, funny, and challenging. That's what it says. It's weird, to be honest. It's good, though. It's a good weird. It tests some of my beliefs. One of my favorite books that we have, and I try to... Right here, the Comfort Book. See right there? Awesome book. I'll show you how this works. You go like this. You open it up. The Stoic Slave. My all-time favorite philosophers. Now, this one's a little chunkier than the Caterpillar. Okay. Let's do that one because it's short. Okay. Caterpillar. In the dark cocoon, a caterpillar falls apart, disintegrates in its own enzymes. It becomes liquid, mush, caterpillar soup. And then slowly it is reborn a butterfly. Cocoons aren't a cozy, quiet resting place. Cocoons must feel a pretty horrendous place for a caterpillar. Yet the caterpillar fate has proven a great metaphor for our own misfortunes and struggles. The greatest changes stem from the darkest experiences. We fall apart to become anew. We go through the dark to fly into the sun. Okay. For some reason, caterpillar to say in the morning is tough. My mouth feels like moth mouth. I always get this in the morning. I call it. There we go. That's what we're drinking today. Not a sponsor. Not yet. Not yet. The heavy stuff in the morning. Woo! And then we've got coffee going on as well. Check this out. What do we got? Have faith. Have a little faith in me. Right? Oh, you got to have faith, the faith, the faith. I gotta have faith, the faith, the faith. Good morning, Grand Rising King. Whatever that is. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How is the life, the love, the joy, the bliss, the abundance that is you? In this morning, we are here together. Hello on YouTube. I see you there. Hello, Twitch. And hello, my family. My extended family on Twitter with our demigod. Elon Musk. Faith. Woo. Yes, the old woo. I like all your symbols here. Now, do we know each other from HAP, sir? OG Robbie 919. I think I'm saying that right. OG. He's an OG. Yes, indeed. So if you are on YouTube, right now, if you use vertical, okay, or portrait, they will support you a little bit more right now. Beautiful day, buddy. All right. It is a beautiful day for rain and muck patties and dogs rolling around in it. I had to give her a bath. She looked at me like she was mad, and then she thought I was mad at her, and it wasn't good. But she definitely is cleaner, and my day has begun. And yes, it has. Are you guys going to have a glorious Saturday today? I hope so. Here's a good book. Okay, don't move. Things are moving. Things are moving. Can you see this here? Phenomenal. Phenomenal book. If you want to learn about the NFL, especially if you're from Europe. But they are going to expand 1,000%. I don't know when, but they will definitely be probably, I would say Germany, England will both have teams in no time. In no time. And it'll be part of the schedule. You know, it'll be a little bit more dangerous, though. Because there's going to be a lot of jet lag. Oh, my God. That'll be crazy, right? Absolutely loony. What is going on today on the YouTube? Let's go to TweetDeck. Do you know what TweetDeck is called now? Anybody? Anybody know what TweetDeck is called? Anybody? It won't let me do it. Why won't you let me do it? Oh, I know why. Because it's already there. I'll be okay. Just ask somebody. My not, my not, my not, my not, my not. There we go. The ego is impatient because it knows its time is limited. The spirit is patient because it knows its time is eternal. Woo! That's very woo, isn't it? Yeah. Lots going on. I would not want to be right now at all a free agent. It's very uncertain times. Imagine you're getting really used to living in the city and you have kids and family and you've been at this team for like 5 years, 10 years, 2 months, 2 years, whatever it is. You're adjusted, right? And it just goes sideways in the sense that your team suddenly doesn't want you or felt like they overpaid you, right? So now you're moving to another city. Tell me that isn't hard on the structure of your family. The great thing, though, with football is you really only play half the year. Unless you're a coach. And then it's totally crazy. I love this. This is me when I wake up in the morning. Our love can destroy the whole F world. Yes, it can. Our love is so strong here. Absolutely. We have this crazy bond, all of us. It's a wonderful, wonderful world we live in right now. It's also an absolute crazy world. Here's a good person to follow on the comment on the bottom there. Do you see? Donika. Good morning, Donika. So what I'm doing right now is I'm using the comments from last night because I was too lazy to change everything. I just jumped in and said, let's get it going. But we are using Restream, and Restream is awesome. It was kind of fucking glitchy, though. I gotta be honest. Or my computer overheated. Or I screwed up. Probably more of the two latter. Or I was trying to do too much on it. You have to know your limitations, right? Right now in the background, I don't even know if you guys can hear. I'm going to turn it up a bit. Hear that now? Okay. We've got it on chill. Chill on a Saturday morning when it is raining outside. Pretty crazy. All right, let's have a look here, what we got going on. This is a weird photo. Look at this. '24 NFL Draft. Huh. Oh, it's just telling me round 5, round 6, round 7. Okay. It's already done here. Okay. I get it. I don't know what that would mean to some people. That doesn't mean much to me. But maybe I should have a look at it, not be so narrow-minded. So, New York Jets, they going to be okay? Are they? They going to be okay? The New York Not-So-Giants, are they going to be okay? Russell Wilson's talking about being a... Well, he wanted to be a Jet, but that's not going to happen. He's not going to be a backup. It's not a bad idea, though. If you're going to have old quarterbacks, you might as well have lots of them, just in case they get injured. Not that he's a horrible quarterback. Don't get me wrong. He's okay, but he's not the easiest guy to get along with from his track record. Kind of like this guy. 80 years old and all kinds of money to spend, and has not really done well in the playoffs, but still has one of the greatest brands in the world. Still, I think it's worth $9 billion. Not bad. And yet Elon bought Twitter for $44 billion. Do you see a problem? I see a problem. Oh, look at this. This is awesome. Check this out. Okay, I gotta make this bigger for you guys. Let the brain. Okay, here we go. That's too big, but we can kind of see them here. Here's some of them here. Lucky Charms, Cocoa Puffs, Cheerios, Fruity Pebbles, Captain Crunch, Rice Krispies, Cookie Crisp, Trix, and on the side there is Mini Wheats, Apple Jacks. That's so funny. Which one would you guys like? I'm going to make it smaller here. Kaboom! There you go. You can barely see it, though, when it's like that. What if it go like this? That's pretty good. That's not bad. Which of those cereals would you pick? Most of them are garbage, honestly. The only one that is semi-good for you, it's Raisin Bran, maybe Rice Krispies, because it's not a lot of sugar, Cheerios, and Mini Wheats. And Mini Wheats is like the foundation of sugar. They took something good and then plastered it with sugar. What do you think? Not a bad thing. I stayed away from cereal because I heard of all the chemicals that are in it. Like, why is everything that tastes so yummy not so good? So, I've been also eating less meals, smaller portions, exercising more. It gets tougher and tougher as you get older. It really does. Oh, wow. Look at that. That's quite the photo. Never understood boxing. Love it. Love watching it. But, you know, you're for sure going to have brain damage. Breaking news. Another deal. Ravens are signing franchise TD defensive tackle Justin. I have no idea how to pronounce that last name. To a 4-year deal of $98 million. I maybe should learn more about them. I love the Ravens, by the way. Love the Ravens. I think they're such a great team. They kind of belly flopped. It just goes to show you how powerful Mahomes and the crew were this year. They peaked at the right time. But we got to be honest, they were horrible at the beginning of the year. Really bad. Like beyond bad. They didn't show up a lot of the time. This is interesting. Most quarterback hits. TJ Watts with 36. Nick Bosa with 35. And there's the Justin guy. I'm going to have to learn how to pronounce that name before I try. 33. That's impressive. Micah Parsons. Yes, indeed. Or Michael, as some people call him. Josh Allen. Yes. And not the Josh Allen that throws the football. And, well, yeah, and Aiden Hutchinson. He's great. So, who are you going to root for this year? What's your favorite team? Tell me. I would love to know. That would bring me great joy if you were to tell me what your team's going to be this year. And never forget to follow this guy, Tony Danbridge, formerly known as Tony D. And D is for delightful. For sure. Hopefully we'll get him on today. That would be great. He almost didn't have a contract. Ryan Clark, they were negotiating. It was looking like it wasn't going to happen. So sometimes waiting it out is risky. You know who this is?
Cohen escapes, throws, incomplete reception to Sauce Gardner. He just put it up.
Be a head coach again. The inside handoff fake. Jamison Williams chopped down on the.
Tune is buried. That was Sauce Gardner coming in hot. 6. It was all it's picked off. That's Gardner, and he's going. Gardner to the 10. Cincinnati has the lead.
Make to McCray.
Oh, dangerous pass. That's intercepted. That's going to be a score for Ahmad Gardner, the freshman.
Timmy McClain, the lefty, ready to throw. He met pressure, and he whips it downfield. This is intercepted on the.
Oh, there it is. Oh, that was semi-useless, but yeah. Look how skinny he is. Oh my God. Lean muscle tissue for sure. All right, let's have a quick look here. Oh, I like this. I like this. Oh my God, this is awesome. Look at this. I recognize some of the people. I believe that's The Rock. Can you see that there? Of course, you know who that is. That's Mike Tyson, who's supposedly gonna box again. What is he doing? He always was crazy. No doubt on the craziness. Never doubted the craziness. Thank you, everybody on X. Thank you for being here. Who is ever watching, please say hello. We would love to know that you're there. Thank you. I really do appreciate you. Oh my God, that is phenomenal. Can you guys see that? That is spectacular. I don't know how they do that, but it's beautiful. That's gotta be. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that's real, but it's well done. Okay, I'm gonna save that because it's so cool. Let's go here. I'm gonna call it Football Church, so I can find it later. I'm gonna save it. That is so cool. Love that background. But football is a form of church, if you think about it. Do you believe in second chances for people? Ooh. I had a store named that, by the way. And we sold used product. Alright, so if you want, you see how we have the name on the bottom there? And why do I have this twice? Okay, I'm going to get rid of this. That's such a good idea. And then, right now, for those who don't know, I am currently on Ubuntu. I'm on Ubuntu right now, which is a Linux-based system. Runs pretty good. Runs light. If you have older hardware, it works great. And if you're broadcasting, and let's say you don't have a lot of money, but you have an older computer, you can use Ubuntu. I like Ubuntu. Number one, for the reason that it rarely crashes. Google, for their servers, uses Ubuntu servers. But even Ubuntu now is getting hacked all the time. So it's 8:44, and we got a bit of a broadcast in this morning. I'm happy. That's the key. Every day, do what you can to get a broadcast in. Oh, this is funny. The best revenge is no revenge. Move on. Be happy. As he's driving a Lamborghini. I think the old saying is what? Revenge? See, revenge to me is wasted energy. Because I believe you only have so much room to focus on, right? So whatever you focus on, manifest in your life. So if your mind is completely clutter and chaos, your surroundings will probably be chaos and clutter. And if you don't really trust people, there's probably a reason for that. It could be also that you don't entirely trust yourself. And when you come from a place of trusting yourself, I think you're more likely to be happy. And happiness can be fleeting because we're really here just for lessons, right? You can go down this path forever. It's like a wormhole. But let's say you're new to broadcasting, and this is a brand. If you see it there, it's called Nexico. And this is a pretty good camera. It's old. It's about 4 years old. If you get a 4K camera and it's only uploading at 720, it doesn't really matter. Now this one, see where I'm waving my hand? That one, if you could adjust it, is pretty darn good. And I can't remember, I either paid $20 or $30. But the one above I paid $80, so about $100 with tax, right? But that was a long time ago. I've had that camera now and it's run for 3 years. I bought my wife one that's pink. She loves it. It's got a pretty good microphone on it. Now, the microphone that you see right here is a Fafine. And I gotta start putting the links in. I'm gonna do that today. That's gonna be on my list. I'll put it as all the equipment that I use for Restream. Now, other things I use different things. And I have, oh my God, I can't even tell you how many microphones I have. It's ridiculous. I have wireless ones that are I have 2 of those. I have a Marantz microphone. I I have another fine karaoke microphone. I have this other one that's beautiful. It's a beautiful looking microphone. It's okay though. But to look at it, oh my God, it's stunning. I should start using that one again. And that one, you got a mixer with it. It's got a little mixer, and I used to use it when I was on Habs. And if I start mixing shows on here, I'll probably use it. And that one, I think I got on a promo. It had the stand, it had the mixer, it had the mic. Total $60. Or they sent it to me. I can't remember. I might have paid for it. One or the other. And then I've had microphones sent to me. Some were horrible, some were good. But you got to remember, a lot of the cameras are made in the same place. They all come from Japan. They might just have slightly different specs inside them. So if you see a camera that looks the same, and the other thing I noticed too with a lot of products from Japan, they'll have the exact same thing, but it has a different sticker on it. And suddenly it's a different brand. And they may even charge you more for it, or less. The one that you're looking at here, that one, it doesn't have a name on it. It's a no-name. It's a no-name. There's no shame in no name. Where the other one's a Nexico. And it's a Nexico. Does it have the model number here? It should. There it is, yeah. N660P. N660P. That's what it is. And I highly recommend that one. Now, they probably have a 4K one now. Probably around $100. But do you really need 4K? I don't know. Maybe you do. Maybe you're doing professional grade things for work. Then it totally makes sense. Hello, ER nurse. How are you? Aww. You know, I miss the days of us being together, right? Back in the day. Are you still a nurse? Are you still doing that? I would love to have you on the show sometime. And my community, if you watch my product or programming or whatever you want to call it, yesterday we had Chantel on. This lady here, here, I'll put her right here. She's the real deal, by the way. And she does workshops all over the world. I would love to have you and her on, because it's different spectrums. You miss those days. What do you miss about it? I was so hurt, jaded, pissed off. It was my own fault, by the way. But I kind of stepped away for a while and did other business things. And then just did some videos with my dog for a while. And then I kind of dusted myself and got back in the ring. But I blew it. I spent 2 years. It wasn't even 2 years. I think it was a year and a half, but it felt like 2 years of countless broadcasting things. But, you know, it was a lesson. And you should never put all of your eggs in one bag. You know? And I remember Randy saying, Michael, that ship is going to land. They're selling it. They're selling whatever they've got. It's going to go. It's going to crash and burn. And he told me about 6 months before, and I was in the land of denial, where now I'm on multiple platforms, and every day is different. And, you know, some days it's horrible on YouTube, and other days it's great on X, and other days it's okay on Twitch, and other days it's fantastic on Instagram. And Instagram, I tend to have a lot of family and friends on there. Aw. Yeah, but you know, a lot of it was, we had so many different people. So I would go on at 6 in the morning, and I would be talking to people in the room like on camera, from Australia and Scotland and England. And it would start, and they would be several hours ahead, and I'd be in friggin' brain fog land. But, you know, we were really good at stirring it up. And there was always drama going on. So it was a little bit like Jerry Springer. There's a lot less of that here. And I think that's partly because of maturity. And plus, I really don't karmically want to hurt anybody. Where back then, I think we were bored because we were doing so much programming all the time, right? And you could fall into the trap, right? And we all did it. We were all guilty. I don't give two shits what someone says. Oh, I never did that. We all did it. I was the king of stirring. And I would get, you know, Ted Hicks, and I would get Tony D and Fireman Rich. And even Fireman Rich and I at one point weren't seeing eye to eye. He was just livid with Haps. And, you know, Graham was a blast. I don't know if you remember Graham. So, yeah. And we used to have the old fart follies where we have all the old guys together. That was usually Saturdays, and Randy would be there. You know, Tony went in harm's way for me a lot and went in harm's way for other people. And the problem is you can't be the savior for everyone. And I think even he has learned lessons. But he's just one of those individuals that he wants there to be peace in the valley, but he also wants to have fun, right? So we're all guilty of the looniness at times, but I want to share something with you, maybe that you don't know. So when I'm going live on YouTube, okay, and I'm going live on Facebook, and I'm going live on Twitter, and which is now X. Do you know what it comes up? Periscope. I saw it. I saw it today in this, because they give you a breakdown of what you've been doing on Twitter, and I just about fell over. So they're just using Periscope in a different way, and yet we don't have all the functionality. So they probably, yes, it says, you know what? I'm going to share the screen and show Tony, but we're on Periscope. We are right now on Periscope. Technically. Are we on Periscope? No. Are we on the... Oh my god, that was a cesspool, but it was fun. It was. There was some crazy ass stuff on there. But it's true. It's not a lie. It's absolutely true. And what's weird is I saw it. I'm going to see if I can find it to show individuals. I'll do that in the future. I remember from one time people were like, "You're not getting on Instagram. It's impossible." And I was like, "No, it's not. I'll show you." So I showed them on the screen. They went, "What? How'd you do that?" Oh, you know what? Lenny, I think, just felt so much. And she overfelt. And I think there were a lot of secrets. And I got a look at her one time when she had her camera on in the green room and didn't know it. And then denied it like crazy. God, that was funny. But she used to sing karaoke. No, but when she was mad at me, my God, she would write a book in the comments. So, very intelligent and quite the typist. But I heard that she hasn't changed. She's exactly the same. Nothing has changed. This is what everyone tells me. And I'm like, yeah, I don't need that. I just don't need that. But the one side of her, I really liked. So, oh, I do. I saw her. So did Tony D. And you know what's funny? If I'd had the mind I have now, I wouldn't have said anything. And I would have done a screenshot. But I wouldn't have shared it with anybody. Except the people I care about. But even the people I care about, I don't know if I could trust them not to show it. So I have to be careful, right? So maybe it's better I didn't. And I've always said, if you have to hide your image, that's not good. you know, and then we used to get these stories, right? That, you know, she had people chasing her and this and that. And then someone, I guess, actually figured out where she lives. Someone told me. Oh my God. People are nuts. People are really nuts. And I'm not talking her. I'm talking, you know, Travis Kelce. Everybody knows has been dating Taylor Swift. And when he bought that big mansion, that $6 million mansion, which is gated, right? He had people at his back window knocking, going, is Taylor there? Not worried if they were going to get arrested, not worried what consequence might happen. They were more worried that they may miss an opportunity to see Taylor Swift. And it wasn't like photo guys trying to make money. It was nutty fans. So you might, you know. Oh, I'll tell you another story, which is wild. Just wild. And this is a true story. We'll call her Herm. She'll know that. Herm. We'll call her Herm. It's close. Herm. So I go into this room. This is Google, oh my God, 12, 14 years ago. And she thinks her camera's off. She has no idea. And she's got her tablet beside her, which is right beside her bare ass. And I said, "Hun, you're fucking naked. What is going on?" She goes, "No, I'm not." I said, "You are. I can tell you what you have on." And she goes, "Wow, you're really psychic." I said, "I'm not psychic. You got your camera on. Look." And the jokers in the room had been watching her like that for about an hour. And her and I, after that, developed a friendship because she trusted me. But I mean, you saw all the goods. It was kind of dark. The room was dark because she was lying in bed. But I think she used to be one of these people. She would just lie down, have it on, and then turn the microphone on when she wanted to speak. But she was just chilling, right? Before she went to bed. Or fell asleep to it, which a lot of people did. But I've had her on as a guest once. I don't care. It's, you know what? It's up to her. I've so changed on that, hun. You know what? It's her life. She's going to live it through consequences of that what she does. I genuinely think there is a kind person in there. I do. But then there's also this insane narcissist. But that's everybody. We're all capable of being incredibly selfish. All of us, including me. Very much so. It hasn't been until I got older that I thought, shit, you know what? I need to get my act together. Watch this. Look, 12 steps to a compassionate life. So even I'm working on it. I lack empathy. I do. Especially with death. She's off the Richter scale. Well, no, but that could be mental illness. Randy Horton is in the house. Hi, Randy. I think I saw him. There he is. No, you know, it's like Randy and I. Randy and I are brothers from another mother. And, you know, I was just talking about you, by the way. I was telling Mrs. ER nurse about, you know, the shit you and I had gone through with HAPS and how you would warn me not to put all my eggs in one basket. Randy, do you want to come up for a minute? I'm only going to be on for about another 20 minutes. Do you want to come up and say hi? What the fuck has he got there? Jesus Christ. You're crazy. But I love seeing him. I see him in the morning and I find it very comforting. I wake up, I'm half awake, and there he is. He's doing his coffee, and he's doing this, and he's doing that. Okay. So you're on Twitch. So if I can do it this way. It'll be easier. Okay, it's going to be right in the chat, buddy. Tell me if you see it. Okay, you should have it. It said it posted it on YouTube and it posted it on Twitch. But if you can come up and just fill us in on what's going on, and you know, Randy and I have had some moments of not understanding each other, and both of us have friggin' huge personalities. Whoop whoop, what an idiot. The whoop whoop. I haven't heard the goddamn whoop whoop in I don't know how long. That's so funny. So Randy, it's exactly like all the formats you used to make me go on. But there was a time way back, like 3-4 years ago. And he invited me into one of his rooms. And it was all people from Facebook, from the Philippines, and no word of a lie, there must have been 35 to 50 comments flying off every 2 minutes from different people. And Randy at that time knew most of them, and Randy had to take a pit stop and then just left it for me to come up. And I just started talking to them. And, you know, I had had some experience with larger crowds, but nothing like that. And I was never good at monitoring the comments, which Randy is excellent at. But this has changed a lot. It's a very different formula and a different world than it was before. And I don't know why that is, but it just is. And it feels new all the time. And I mean social media. So if you're new to social media, the key is just to keep doing it every day. That is the total key. It's just don't give up. Don't give up on the dream. Keep making content. And don't be too worried about the quality of the content if you're trying to build a community. Now, if you're representing your business, then well, that's a different story. There are individuals on TikTok that have their company badge on, saying I hate my life, hate my job, like on TikTok, and I'm like thinking, you really don't care if you get fired, or you know your boss doesn't care. But if that franchise sees that, you're done. You're cooked. You're at least going to be reprimanded. But she keeps saying that she suffers from anxiety and says the craziest stuff. I hear the bloop. If you hear the bloop, you know that is Randy. Randy, I'm going to turn the music down so it doesn't drive you crazy. Okay. All right. Randy. Listen, I'm going to make you important. I'm going to put you on the top. There you are. You're important. Now, say something so I know I can hear you.
Hello, and welcome to the other show, iPhilosophy, a new sponsor from the Apple Corporation.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. From one crusty old bastard to another, how are you?
I am very well. I just woke up from an afternoon nap. It's 5 p.m.
You know what that reminded me? Afternoon Delight. Remember that song? Yeah. So tell for the people who don't know who you are, because my audience is different than yours a little bit.
My name is Randy Horton. I'm an African American from Utah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Believe it or not, that might be possible. If you really tried hard, that might work out.
So I actually I don't usually restream that much, but this is interesting.
It's
I've
amazing,
only
buddy.
used it a year or two ago. But why do we have the third video in the middle?
Well, you don't have to. Right now, you've got two different angles of me.
Oh, it's a double angle. Okay,
It's a double angle. You see, the one has the Buddha. So this is the $30 camera where I'm pointing at, and this is the one I used to use on Habs right here, the Nexigo.
Okay, interesting.
Yes. What are you using for equipment today? We used to do this all the time, but this is like right down memory
You're
lane. Go
not
ahead.
even going to believe how I'm broadcasting. I am using a
Yes.
gaming device, the Legion Go.
I saw that. That is amazing. It sounds great, buddy.
I am on a Legion Go connected to a Sony camera and Rode mic.
Okay, what's a Rode mic?
It's just a microphone by Rode that goes to the top of the camera.
Oh, no way. Okay. And you recently sold your computer. Was that because it's starting to get outdated?
The motherboard went out, and under warranty, they put a new one in, so I decided to sell it. But I had it 2 years.
Okay. Well,
So I
and you
got
game
most
a
of my
lot.
money back in 2 good years of use.
So that device that you have in front of you, if we were to purchase that, say, in Canada or the States, what is the price on that, you think?
I think it's about $700.
Okay. And do you feel like it's worth it?
I like it. I don't know. Everything's overpriced to me.
Yeah, but you're old.
You know,
That's,
no, today I went down to our local. The place is similar to like a Walmart or a big grocery called Lulu.
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
As soon as I walked through the front door, I would been thinking about buying a new mouse because my mouse
Right.
is 5 years old. It was time to replace it. I went down and looked at the new mice, and they're $100+ for a mouse.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't believe this, so I didn't buy one. But as soon as I walked to the grocery, they have a 32-inch smart LCD flat screen TV for $75. Now,
That's crazy.
how can a mouse be $130, but I can get a flat screen 32-inch smart TV for $75?
Well, I can explain it to you if you want to know. Do you want to know?
Go forward.
Supply and demand. So every idiot, including us, when COVID hit, was suddenly needing higher technology. And now we have a bunch of idiots that are at home now, constantly not socializing with anybody. And their whole world is their desk. That's how they make their money. And I know how much money I almost made a mistake there. I know I almost entered the danger zone for myself. Woo! I like how I put the brakes on there, Michael. We'll use my daughter. My daughter has an insane amount of money invested in her work, but she does editing for a living, as well as other things. But I mean crazy money. So you can spend a lot of money or a little money. You can get a half decent mouse, buddy, for like $30.
Yeah, I
You
ended
get
up just getting a Microsoft mouse for $25.
Mm-hmm.
But the one that I wanted, they were all over $100, and I just couldn't do it.
Well, here's an example. I'm going to show you something, okay? I had this sent to me. This was a while ago, and it's called Cooler Plus. Cooler Plus. You ready? And it came with a keyboard. And you know what they were selling it for on sale? You ready? $40. Okay. Or you can buy this ThinkPad, which doesn't work as well, which comes with your computer, and it's $75.
Yeah, see, it doesn't make sense.
No.
It's really kind of funny. Anyway,
But
so
that
what's
next-
up? How are you doing on the restream here?
I love it.
Okay,
I love
now,
it.
you're connected, what, only on YouTube?
I am on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and X as we speak. Now, I want to run something by you with X. So I've been getting daily numbers on what I'm doing on X when I go live. Do you know what it says right beside it? Periscope.
Yeah, it still does. I did a broadcast the other day, and the stats came back Periscope. So it's
Periscope.
the same stuff. Yeah.
Well, it's the same infrastructure, but it's way clearer.
They seem to be getting it better, but I am not ready yet.
Here's the other thing. If you use Restream, it'll be free. You'll just have that little banner on the top. You'll get 2 streams, Randy, for free. You can go onto YouTube, and if you play music, let's say you do a music show, you never, ever get a notice from X. Never.
Interesting.
But it is the porn kingdom now. Also, it's really bad on there.
But I just stay away from the music because no matter what, later on, it always makes a headache.
Well, it doesn't always make a headache. I've been doing it for 3 years, and I still haven't had a strike. I get those lovely warnings. Please do not use this. It will not be able to be used in the Ukraine and, yes, Russia. But thank you for your acceptance. You will not have a strike, but you will not be able to monetize this in the future. Thank you.
They unmonetize you, which is the same thing.
No, only on that video now. That's all they're doing. They're not unmonetizing you. They're less bonkers than they used to be. So what do you think of this money grab with Elon now? $20, you can have the premium experience for $20 a month. Oh yeah. Well.
Yeah, I stopped paying for everything. I got rid of everything that I paid for.
Including your wife?
Everything that I paid for. Yeah, I just stopped. When you nickel and dime yourself to death, $4 here, $5 there, 10.
Oh, it adds up. It adds up.
I was up to $427 a month in nickel and dime.
Oh, that's insane. What the hell were you getting?
I had every service you could have, every premium this, premium that. I just stopped it.
So the other day, you were on and you were talking about Microsoft, and you needed some code or something. It's a verification code. Do you remember that?
God. I could not figure it out.
Well, guess
Actually,
what?
the zeros were not zeros or O's, but they were Q's. And it was on thermo paper, and I couldn't read it. I took a picture, sent it to somebody, and found out 2 codes were actually Q's and not zeros. I would have never figured it out.
Well, here's the thing. A lot of people had that problem because I know one of the companies I work with was bitching about it. Same thing, so don't feel bad. They couldn't read it either, but they're trying to make it so that the computer can't read it.
Well, I couldn't tell whether it's 0, the letter O, or a Q. There was 1 pixel between the letter and a Q, a very weird arranged Q, but it's on thermo paper. And when you print on thermo paper, nothing is crisp.
Interesting. So, can you tell us where we can find you? So, if someone wanted to watch your content and maybe give us a couple minutes of, where you are, what you like. I love seeing your lifestyle. It's totally, completely different than mine. Like you have warm weather all the time.
You're too warm.
It's not too warm right now. Come on.
No, it's perfect now for the few months. It'll be over soon, though.
So, how many months is it like?
Saudi Arabia. You can find me on Twitch.
How many months of the year, though, buddy, is it that weather? 2?
This weather is like 4 months of beautiful weather. The rest of the year is not so beautiful.
So if I was to visit in these 4 months, and then I won't die.
Yeah, it would be best. It's still, the heat is just like living in Arizona or New Mexico. So it's just hot like desert, but it's just, nobody likes to travel in the heat of the sun in June anywhere on the planet.
Well, Florida's insane in the summer.
It's a sauna.
I want you to. Okay, do you think this is a true stat? You ready? I heard this yesterday and blew my mind. Where in the world do you think has the most lightning strikes? And dramatically more lightning strikes than anywhere else in the world. Like 7 times. Florida.
Really?
Yes. Did you know that most boats that are wooden there don't have a long duration life because they might get the lightning strikes?
Interesting.
And you're 7 times, again, there's the 7 again, 7 times more likely to get hit on the water away from other boats.
Well, that makes just sense. You're the only thing sticking above sea level, so yeah.
And you're not that far away from the Bermuda Triangle, right? Which is where Randy's other 3 boats are still on the bottom of the ocean, full of gold and other treasures. Yeah.
So what are we doing now? I see your daily broadcasting on, let's see, we're on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch.
Yes. You're missing one,
right.
but that, yeah.
Which one are you missing?
Periscope.
Oh,
You and I
yeah.
we're doing Periscope again together, buddy, without all the gross comments. But and then I snip it up, I cut it up, repurpose it. Oh, can I resnip some of this and put it on TikTok?
No problem. I don't mind.
Okay, I'm gonna put that on repeat. Just what you just did there. You can do whatever you like, whatever, ever you like, ever, and then I'm just. I don't pay for anything. I don't pay for anything. I don't. No. You got to be careful what you say on here. Have you? My daughter the other day took my voice because I talk slow, and it's kind of out. So if you have an AI computer generated voice simulator, she had me doing grotesque lyrics from a rap song.
That's
and
funny.
sent it to him. And I thought it was me, man. I thought it was me. That's how it was so crazy close.
Yeah, a lot of my devices have AI powered chips, and I don't really like it. I have problems with it.
Explain that, because I have no idea what you're talking about. And I'm
Yeah, I
being
have
honest.
I have another AI computer device that supposedly works the sound and the audio and the visual, and it adjusts the sound down to where I can't hear it. It's supposed to do a balance and bring out certain things, but it doesn't balance anything. It makes it unaudible.
That's incredible what they can do now. They've got where they can do code. They can do code now on these AI generated things. I told one of my friends that's a code guy. You remember Ravi? I won't tell you. Ravi, he said you were strange looking. He could be right. Do you remember Ravi?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so I told him this, and he goes, "No, that can't be real." And you know what he's doing now? He's using it. And he's got another job because it's working so quickly. All he does, though, now is check it to see if it has bugs. Because it's not perfect, but it's damn close.
That's cool.
So soon what they're going to have is an AI-generated Randy Horton on here who is going to be doing only spiritual content. I can see it. And you'll be horrified. And you'll be horrified the whole time.
Actually, the spiritual content it depends on what your spiritual knowledge is and what you think is spiritual. Spiritual is so self-determined. There's no such thing as a cut and dry
totally
spiritual moment. Everyone has theirs.
I had a Randy Horton moment, buddy, the other day in a Twitter Spaces room. I went off on everyone in a kind way. It wasn't very nice, but I'd heard enough fucking manooey. I couldn't see for the spoo of shit that was flying around. But but some of them it's all this ego-based bullshit. None of it is real. They're not being real, and they have all these loyal disciples who are so drinking the Kool-Aid. Like that to me. One thing they'll say about you is you were you. When they put your headstone down, it wasn't a perfect thing, but guess what? It was a real thing. I don't ever feel like you're auditioning for a play.
Yeah, the auditioners are quite interesting, but it shows through obviously, and people know it. Even those that may be following, may be a part of something, they know what's up. They just don't mind. It's very common in many things.
Do you think you've changed your stylings at all over the last 2 years?
I'm just myself. I don't try to do anything.
Well, you try different formats. You try different things. Like, is
I just try different outlets. That's all. And it's not that I try. I look for the bang for the buck. Which one provides something, no matter what. And Twitch is, in general, the best for broadcast income that pays for your equipment. YouTube, you have to be a beggar. You have to beg everyone to sign up, do this, do that, beg.
There is a lot of begging.
I don't really know.
I agree. Yeah, it's funny you say that, because that's the nail on the head, Randy. Because the other day I was watching this football broadcast, and these guys spent I would say 25% of the broadcast going, smash that like button. Let's get it to 100. It helps the algorithm. Like, you're right, there's a form of begging or bartering, whatever you want to call it, whatever you feel more comfortable with. Can we also, before we go, just talk about the discipline it takes to do a broadcast? Like, you and I have been doing this a long time. And we do it every day. And you've been doing it every day. At least I think you have. Maybe there's been a couple of drop-offs, but for as long as I've known you, and I've, and you've done some crazy ass shit to me, like the time we were on Facebook together and you went and took a crap and there was about 50 of your goddamn people asking me 50 questions, and I was like, I felt like I put my head in a goddamn blender, but I did my best.
I broadcast 140 to 190 hours per month. That's like a real job plus overtime.
That's craziness. That's wild. But that's how you build your community. That's how you build your
peak. Mine, I know most everybody just 10 years plus. They come, they go, they stick around. People leave for months, then drop back in. People get involved in some part of their life that takes them away from their boredom. And then they roll back in just to get familiar with something. You become a comfort zone for people. They walk into a room and they know everybody. And that's
see,
just
for me, I don't care if I know everybody. I see you, and that's comforting. Like, I'll wake up and I start my day and I hear you talking your manui sometimes, and other times it's good. Depends on your day. There was one day you were being super spiritual talking about Hawaii, and I was like, holy shit, he must have been doing ayahuasca. Something's going on here. This is not the Randy I know.
Have you been to Hawaii?
No, I want to now.
You will feel the feeling. It's the weirdest thing on the planet. It cannot be explained. It comes across and it puts chills to your soul when you get off the plane.
That's cool.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
My grandfather was
walking outside. It's just so blissfully just, whoa, you're somewhere. Mm-hmm. You feel like you're somewhere where people have been thousands of years. You just feel the spirit and the humbleness and so many things there. It's a wild feeling.
It's funny when you describe it. My grandfather was the biggest atheist in the world, by the way. So people would come to the door and try to sell him shit, like it would be a different religion. And he would go, listen, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, but we all die. We're dust. Then it's done. Go away. So I asked him one time, because he knew I was spiritual, even as a child. And he was trying to be, because I am his grandson, he was trying to be kind. And he said, Michael, the only time I ever felt something close to spirituality, I was inside the pyramids. And there was one of them where I got kind of lost. And I'm telling you, I felt like something was in there with me. And it wasn't anybody, because I was the only person there. And he said, that was the first time I thought, okay, there may be more to my life than I know. But he says that's the only time. And when you describe Hawaii, it's kind of that you must connect on a different level there.
Just a feeling, an atmosphere, an aura that floats around the place. You can feel the soul of a million Polynesians. They've left a soul on the planet. They've left something there, and it resonates.
So I'm going to ask you one last question. If you were to win by miracle, let's say we won't make it too much. We'll make it 7 million. Let's say you won 7 million tomorrow. Where would you live and how would your life change?
I would just go by the Nordharven 51 trawler. I would park it in the Oahu Bay, and I would chill out on my trawler. And then I would move if I felt like it.
That's a boat, by the way, right?
The Nordharven is a crisp $1 million, 45 or 50 foot motorized, just a beautiful boat.
What the hell? I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at this. Sorry. I'm sorry. 13 years between you and ER Nurse. 13 years.
13 hours.
Oh, hours. I thought in years. I was looking at years. I was like, oh, wow, you've been watching him for a while. I see. That's how my mind just sees what it wants to see. Yeah, I don't know what that one meant. And we got one more here. Yeah. But I do like that you can do this. I love that you have so many different backgrounds that you can use. And it's free for you, buddy, if you do just two. I don't know if that screws up your vibe. It's a bit of a pain in the ass if you're a DJ, though. It's not easy.
Actually, I just switched to something that beats everything. It costs nothing. Prism Studio.
Yeah, I tried it.
It works.
I found it glitchy for me, but maybe I need to try it again.
It's a memory hog. You do need power. You need a modern power.
Yeah, that's probably my problem. Yeah, and you were saying it has a stabilizer in it.
Yeah, it self-stabilizes the video on the phone if you have an iPhone, but it doesn't do that on an Android. I had it on the Android and it did nothing.
You know, I think the phone was called Poco or something you had a long time ago. It was a yellow phone. That was one of the best. That was one of the best phones I'd ever seen for under $200, like $200. Yeah, crazy. All right, we're gonna end it there, Randy. Do you want to say anything to the people? Have you had enough?
It's a great day. Keep it great. Remember, your happiness is your life. And no matter what you think, no matter what you believe, nobody's getting out of here alive.
I like that. All right. Words of wisdom